you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. Thank you. So AFCON is started off. We have gotten the first set of results in. We've watched the first set of games. And of course, we've gotten the first few upsets. I mean, we did say yesterday or the last time we talked that a draw was an upset for some of these giants. And I did say, we shouldn't take any of these smaller teams, quote unquote, smaller teams for granted. Yeah. First day of play, opening ceremony, everything has been in. So let's talk. First impressions. Welcome, gentlemen. Hello, Ajab. Hello, Tru3lion.
Hello,
Hello,
Tru3lion.
good evening. How are you guys
Yeah, good
doing?
evening, guys. I'm doing okay. How you guys doing?
Fine, thank you.
Doing well. Glad to have you guys back on today. It's such a pleasure. I was a little nervous, to be honest, when we talked about the AFCON starting off and then went on to watch the opening ceremony. I was nervous for Ivory Coast because I think for the first few minutes the adrenaline was really there, and then the tempo of the game quieted down a little bit, and you could see Guinea-Bissau trying to take hold. And I think was it like 10th minute or was it 20th minute when the goal came? I don't remember exactly.
Fourth,
But
fourth minute. Ivory
fourth
Coast scored
minute,
the
there you go.
fourth
The
minute. They
adrenaline
scored the
was
free
really
kick.
high. The
Yeah,
goal came, Ivory Coast scored, and then they like quieted down for a little bit.
yeah,
And Guinea-Bissau tried to take lead. And I remember texting one you Ajab that there was an unforgivable miss by the Guinea-Bissau striker.
yeah. Balde,
Um,
Balde,
yeah,
the Olympic
so
Lyonnais guy, Balde. Yeah.
that's right, Baldi. So let's talk about Ivory Coast hosting the Nations Cup to start with, and then we'll talk about their first game, and then we'll quickly jump into talking about the games that just played today. We had Mozambique versus Egypt, Nigeria versus Equatorial Guinea, and just now Ghana has faced an upset from Cape Verde. Um, there's a lot of talking points here, a lot of talking points. So let's go. First impressions, first thoughts. What do you think of this? What did you think of the opening ceremony to start?
Tru3lion, you want to start?
Yes, actually, I mean the opening ceremony was just because I watched a little bit of it, but it was just unveiling the Ivory Coast Ivorian culture because also my magic system was there and all
Hmm.
that. I'm not actually too big on those opening ceremonies, so but it was okay. It was a good show.
That's great. Ajab, any thoughts?
I watched a little bit of the opening ceremony. It's good. I know I listened or I read some people saying it was horrible, not as good as Cameroon's and all that, but I think it was good. Maybe they say I would say maybe Cameroon was
Yeah,
better, but it wasn't. The opening ceremony wasn't horrible. Especially the little bit I watched wasn't that bad. At least it portrayed some of the culture which we have within the west side of the African continent, which I enjoyed it. So I wouldn't be like, why did they go? Why did they mess up? To me, it was good. It was good. It wasn't super. It wasn't magnificent, but it was good. Yeah.
it was good. It was good to see it. Any quick political thoughts about the president of Ivory Coast being married to a white woman? I'm just
Not that.
that's
Not
something I
that.
saw on X or Twitter.
I'm not. I have no
All
problem
right.
with that. Yeah. No problem
I
with
just
that.
thought I'd throw in some controversy there.
Yeah.
But anyways. All right. So Sekou Fofana and Jean-Philippe Crasso, they scored the two goals for the host country, giving them a comfortable, well, I wouldn't really say comfortable 2-0 victory over Guinea-Bissau. Would you guys characterize the victory as a comfortable one?
Yeah. To me, it was comfortable. I didn't see the. Sometimes, like you could joke around saying, I think the Ivorian keeper will put on the same jersey for the next game because I didn't see him sweat. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he'll put on the same jersey for the next game. It was comfortable for me. Ivory Coast dominated the game on all fronts. When I heard of Hala's absence due to injury, I thought he was going to be a little bit picky. Not just Hala. Not did I say Hala? No, Hala, Sebastian Hala, and the other young guy who plays the wing for Brighton, Adingra. When I learned that both of them were not going to be part of it, I was a little scared. But when I saw the lineup and I noticed Jeremy Boga was there, so I know he's also good with the ball. I knew
That is quite
he
good.
was going
Yeah.
to have. I knew Guinea-Bissau was going to have problems on the flanks.
Yeah.
And Bamba too plays well.
Yeah.
He's all through when he was in the French league before moving to Celta Vigo in Spain. He's been a good winger. He's not been exceptional, but he's good. He's good. He's good. So Spoken for fun. Watched him a lot from Atlanta. I
Yeah,
didn't.
let's talk about Fofana's goal. Let's talk about Fofana's goal because that goal, it came from nowhere. Really, he got the ball. There were like three people around him. He created space for himself and literally like on the edge, right? Created space for himself and he didn't even let the ball sit up for him properly. He just took the shot, and it was quite beautiful when it went in. Quite a good goal too. How do you rate that performance from Ivory Coast, True Lion? What do you think?
I think when you have small teams that got going to come and sit and defend, if you
Hmm.
start like that scoring an early goal, it actually takes away their game plan, and that's what Fofana was able to do with that goal. It came from unforced clearance error, I would say, from the
That's
defense.
right.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
The guy, and he actually after that, I think his name is a. I'll look up his name, but he actually had a good. He actually had a good game after that.
Yeah, the defender after that.
But
Yeah.
that he made first two, he considered the corner kick. Then that giveaway was so cheap, and then also Fofana. Imagine just 4 minutes into the game and you strike the ball like that. He also had another strike that hit the
That
goalkeeper
hit the
that
crossbar. Yeah.
Owen actually saved, fingertip save and all that.
Mhm.
So Ivory Coast came out, took care of business early. And in the second half, also 10 minutes into the game, they scored that second goal. That was also
Hmm.
a defensive error. So basically, Guinea-Bissau did not come out to play very well because the striker also had an opportunity,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Okay.
to score. He did
That's
not
what
come
we were
out.
talking about earlier. Balde, right?
When you cannot
Yeah.
create many opportunities and you have few opportunities, you supposed to
You put them
score.
away.
He did not do that, and Ivory Coast actually did the basics. I don't think they were convincing, but for me, they just did the basics.
Talking about strikers that literally did not write home any good news today. Let's jump into Nigeria's strike force because I remember when we met and talked, you all were like, Nigeria has the most lethal strike force in the whole tournament. Of all the teams, Nigeria's strike force is definitely the best on paper. But today we had that miss one on one. The world's, I can say arguably the world's best striker, Osimhen, and he missed. Would you attribute Nigeria's poor performance to down? Would you take it down to that fact that he missed, or what contributed today to Nigeria's misfiring?
Um, it's how do they say comme d'habitude in French? Yeah, it's becoming a habit for Nigeria. The last time Nigeria won
Yep.
a game was against Sao Tome and Principe.
Sao Tome and
I don't
Principe,
think
yeah.
they even have up to 20 physical fit men. So it's I don't know what to say about Nigeria. To me, if you ask me this question, I think it all boils down to Pesero. Pesero, the coach. Yeah, I think he has a
Yeah.
problem. I'm not tactically sound, but I know we cannot always put the blame on the coach, but I think Pesero has a problem. You can't come to play against a team like Equatorial Guinea. They're good. They're not bad. You come and you're having two sitting midfielders in Yusuf and
Yeah,
Onyeka. And then you have
Onyeka.
Awubi as a number 10 too, who still comes right back to the center backs to get
Come
the
and get
ball.
the ball.
Yeah,
And that kind of contributed to
I was saying yesterday that the injuries to Boniface and Sadiq is going to be a blessing to Nigeria in the sense that they're going to play with one target man or seamen and traditional wingers. That's exactly what happened. But
yeah,
I didn't know it was going to be that way. If you asked me to give you the lineup for Nigeria, I would have used Yusuf or Onyeka and start with
and not both of them.
Joe Aribo, and and Iwobi.
It
You
will
know,
be.
I
Yeah,
had Moses Simon. I knew Moses Simon was probably going to start with Lukman, but
mhm.
the team was just so flat. It looked like 11 guys playing without
No
anybody
creativity
coaching
at
them.
all. There
Yeah.
was so much lack of
Yeah,
creativity, and I think it
Oh,
comes down to um, the team didn't really have anybody you could point to who could make those brilliant passes, right? To free up Osimhen or make those passes into space to get Sanusi into a position where he could just take on the ball and shoot. Like for most of these teams today, anyways, watching, I have not really seen anyone in midfield create. Yusuf did a lot of work, and we talked about that when we were texting back and forth, right? Yusuf did a lot of work in that midfield, but it was mostly to defend, mostly. And and
yeah,
and,
I would
and
say.
yes, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that lack of creativity is what I feel it's as I think it's as a result of having to play the two defensive midfielders in that place and still in a holding position and still have Iwobi coming back to come and help out because of the fact that they were like I don't know what it is with Nigeria. They were and the little chances they got, they were so wasteful. So wasteful. I mean, how many times did the ball drop to Osimhen in a position where he could just take it on and get into the box and unleash? And then he got that chance and missed it. I was just like, whoa, what's happening here?
No, not that
Yeah,
they
So
got
yeah, two.
chances.
Actually, there were two. Yeah.
Chances.
yeah. I will actually say this right
Mhm.
from the coach's part. I think his tactics was not fluent. Like let's say into the second half and all that, where they struggled a lot. But
Mhm.
I cannot blame it all on him because there were opportunities created. They had 7 shots on target.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were not just clinical enough, and that Osimhen's chance that he missed. Of course, that he should score that, and also credit to Equatorial
Owono.
Guinea because they were
Owono.
Equatorial Guinea. Oh yeah, we cannot.
yeah because they were physical when they scored, even when Nigeria equalized. Then you feel that maybe they will just you
Sit
know
back.
but they did not
I,
do that. They were actually very energetic. They were actually pressing the Nigerian players. And what Iwobi actually he gave that pass. I mean, that was a pass. That was a goal to score. That was a goal to score. So I cannot blame lack of creativity. I would just say that the finishing was actually very very poor for
the
Nigeria.
finishing was off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and
Like I said,
the decision making also on
That's
the
another
final
thing.
in the final third was actually very poor. There
yeah.
was one ball where the left back actually had, and I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to pass the ball instead of striking it, and he later out had a weak shot that Owono just the goalkeeper just actually saved. So I think Nigeria, although I will blame the coach, but the players also should be held
No, no,
accountable.
no. That's
Okay.
true. The players also should be blamed. But there's
You
some
could,
things which I look at, maybe I would say I look at football differently. You've had Ajayi and Kevin Bassi playing all your games all through.
and
Trust
then
is a leader of the team for sure, but he hasn't played for a while. And you
oh
come
wow,
the
yeah.
first day when you know Nigeria has not been winning games. That's when you
I
decide to
you
get
don't
the
start
Iwobi.
them.
We know Ozuo has been a problem to Nigeria as a keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Come on again, and maybe the players have understood that they have someone at the back, and then you bring in Mwabali or Mwabali. I will not blame him for the goal, but I just thought that at some point, there's certain times that you don't make those changes. You try to guarantee a 1-0 or 2-1 win for Nigeria today. I would have been very comfortable for them because they haven't won a game in a
In a
very
long
long time. And then you see Sanusi was at some point very tired, and then you wait till like the 83rd minute, you bring in
time. Yeah,
Kevin
like the
Bassi,
last
who's
five
even a
minutes,
more
last
defensive player.
player. That's
He's
right.
a center back. You bring him to play
The
as a
sub.
left back, and then
Yeah,
you have Paul Onyachu, who is a striker, and then you bring him in at the 93rd minute.
yeah.
You bring him in for Iwobi, like
I
you're
mean,
playing against Brazil or Argentina. You're playing Equatorial Guinea, and then you happy with the draw. I don't know because to me it looked like he was happy with the 1-1 tie, and it's not like Equatorial Guinea was pressing. You know, Equatorial Guinea, the keeper barely had. Equatorial Guinea had one shot on target and they scored it. Nigeria had seven and they only converted one. So, like
Yeah.
Tru3lion said, it's not only the coach. The blame is not only on the coach. But if you see the way Nigeria is playing, even though they created those chances, Nigeria is playing like a group of 11 professionals going
individuals.
into play without anyone coaching them. No play
That's
style.
right.
This man, individual, this individual. Lukman will get the ball, dribble, he gives a cross. Moses Simon gets one, he dribbles, he gives a cross. Iwobi goes, get the ball from Onyeka. To me, if you ask me, the man of the match was Yusuf. If you
Yusuf,
ask
yeah,
me,
he did a
yeah,
lot of work
Yusuf was the man of the match for me from Nigeria. But overall, I'll give it to Owono, the keeper for Equatorial Guinea,
for
because
Equatorial Guinea.
he made some
He
good
was
plays.
quite
Yeah,
imposing
so
today. And talking about keepers, I think so far we've had some amazing saves from the keepers. We'll come to Ghana's game because the keeper had quite a bit of saves in that one too. But for Equatorial Guinea, let's mention Equatorial Guinea because my guy Ivan Salvador Edu, amazing guy. Last AFCON he was there with pink hair. This AFCON I was really looking forward to seeing what he was gonna do with his hair, but he played really well, right? The goal scorer
yeah,
for
that's the good thing
Equatorial
about
Guinea.
AFCON. If you've noticed for the last few AFCONs, most of these players who come in, unknown players who come in and try to get themselves up there, are players who probably are playing at very low tier teams or they are not starters for their teams. So they're
Yeah,
using the AFCON as an opportunity to
that's an
showcase.
opportunity.
You wouldn't believe he plays for the other guy you're talking about. He plays for second tier football in Poland.
Yeah,
He plays second tier football in Poland. You see, but the confidence he had. There's another guy, I forgot the name. He played center back for Equatorial Guinea, Coco or Rocco or something. He was also very confident today. I don't
Equatorial
remember his name.
Guinea.
If
Let
you
me
pay
look at the
attention,
lineup.
most of the guys, if you go to Cape Verde, okay,
Yeah,
probably
Orozco,
we'll talk about
Orozco.
we'll probably talk about Mozambique later. If you go even
Yeah,
to Mozambique, some of the players who are excelling, you won't see them anywhere like maybe top team in France or England. They're just somewhere trying to get themselves up there and probably using
get
the
there.
AFCON as an opportunity to showcase how good they are. Because even
Um,
the Owono we're talking about, who is the man of the match, he plays for La Liga. He's not even a starter for his club.
starter for his team.
So it's good. That's a good thing. And we said it yesterday that the AFCON is going to be, we're always going to have those surprises. And when we have them, I don't know. It's not okay. Let me say, it's not a surprise to me. Like the Ghana game was not a surprise because we mentioned it yesterday. I said Cape Verde slash Ghana was going to be the second in the group for
A
me.
tough
And I
game.
know
Yeah,
this because Ghana has been very inconsistent lately. And then when you saw the match, Kudus is absent. Thomas Partey is absent through injury. Kudus is absent through injury. I knew it was
yeah.
going to be a flat game for Ghana. So
So let's talk about Ghana v Cape Verde since you've ended your commentary on that. Man, that's the first upset, and I can't believe I picked Ghana to be the winners of this tournament.
of the tournament,
Yeah, I thought they could get all the way to the semis at least. Like, because I
probably
mean, you look at Mohamed Kudus, you look at
yeah.
Inaki Williams,
I
right,
think
and you're thinking this is their current because
you
they're really
mentioned
brilliant in their
yeah, you
clubs right
mentioned
now.
yesterday that you love Ghana a lot, you love the country. I
Yes,
think probably that was a sentimental
that's.
prediction, not
I'm just biased
based
with
on the
Ghana. I'm really
football.
hoping
Yeah,
they can win.
it wasn't a football
Yeah.
prediction. Yeah.
It was a hard decision. It was not a
Yeah.
football decision. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Man, man, what an upset. Cape Verde really came seriously. They didn't come to play. They came to, make sure that people notice that they are around. This is what they've been in the Blue Sharks, that's how they're called, right? They were in the last AFCON. They did so well. This year, this AFCON, they're still there, and even in the qualifiers, Cape Verde gives all their opponents a tough time, right?
A few years
Like
back, they stopped Cameroon from
Cameroon, that's
making
right,
it to the
from
AFCON.
going to
That
the
was
World Cup.
2013 or something.
Yeah,
Pretty
Cape
sure.
Verde has been very, very consistent,
Yeah, Cape
consistent
Verde has
in
been
the
consistent
players.
like, in the last like 6 editions.
Four,
I
five,
know they
Yeah.
six
prevented
editions. Yeah,
Cameroon from qualifying. Was it 2013?
can you
13
imagine the
AFCON.
country
Yeah,
has just a little bit above 500,000 people
yeah.
to have that kind of talent and hone it and make sure that they stick around and come out and play. And man, I was so impressed. I was so impressed. This could be our black horse this year. This could be the black horse.
Let's
This could
wait
be
for
the black horse.
let's wait for other teams to play.
Let's wait and see. Yeah, let's wait and see. All right, let's not skip over the big elephant in the room, or should I say the pharaohs in the room? Uh Egypt, Egypt.
Yeah.
Egypt versus Mozambique.
Well,
Yeah, like
that
if you look at the FIFA rankings, they're like 98 places difference between Egypt and Mozambique. And nobody thought Mozambique could even score a goal in a game versus Egypt today. So, what do you think happened? What,
No,
what,
I think there has been signs, right? And I think Otsepe is already saying it that this will be one of the best African Nations Cup ever. He's talking about the level of game also and stuff like that. So there's
Mhm.
nothing like small teams anymore. But one thing I liked about Egypt is that when a small team like that is giving you problems, you still stick to your guns. That's they have a gameplay, but you do not see that with Nigeria. They had a plan. They had like a plan B. You do not see that Egypt was not panicking. They kept the ball. They kept pushing. They kept pushing. They kept pushing because they also have a lot of local players. So you could see the chemistry between them and their play. They passed the ball around, knocked the ball around, and then they had that opportunity, penalty, and they scored 2-2. So Egypt is still in this, like, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, for
I
sure.
think
Egypt is
Egypt,
still. If you ask me, I'm still saying Egypt is going to top the group. I know Tru3lion said yesterday that there may be an upset with Egypt and all that. Maybe this is the upset he was talking about. But I
yeah.
still see Egypt being the winning that group. I still see Egypt winning that group for some reason.
So,
But
I
I
think they were
was
saying,
very, very impressed with Mozambique until like the 80th minute. Because
yeah,
if you notice, when Mozambique came up 2-1,
yes.
They didn't sit back. They were still confident
They
with the
kept going
ball.
for it. Yeah.
But until they are about 18 minutes, they decided to sit back. That's when you notice Egypt started. Yeah, Egypt started pressing. They sat back, and then that came that penalty. There was no need for that defender to
To
commit
make
that
that
foul. If you
tackle.
notice, the last time he did the clearance you do with your both legs
Hmm.
like this, the
Yeah,
last time I saw that was like 10, 15 years ago.
the
And then I
scissors
said I should check
clearance.
on the guy. That guy plays home football at Mozambique. So I was like, okay, yeah, he has to do some inexperience
Experience.
because an experienced defender would. That guy was back. There was no danger
Yeah.
for that. There was no danger. Yeah, but it happens, But I was still impressed with the way Mozambique played until like the 80th minute. They dominated. They didn't dominate the game, but they kept the ball. They
Yeah.
were comfortable keeping the ball. They were not sitting back like other teams would do. They still had a few occasions where they had to put the Egyptian back line on their toes, which
Hmm.
was good. But
And
like
the goals were
Giants,
scored.
Egyptians, they had a game plan. They
Yeah.
didn't panic
Egypt just
despite
Yeah.
losing two. They didn't have those constant long balls that you never know who's gonna get it. They still played their game.
yeah.
Even if you see, even after they scored the second goal, they still had a time where you see them one of the I think the left back, instead of crossing the ball, he tried to give a
Overdraw.
diagonal
Yeah.
pass to the winger, and that
Yeah.
ball went out. I think that was the last ball of the game. You notice
I
they
think
still have the confidence despite a two all game with how do they call it, with an unknown Mozambique team.
another team. Yeah.
But like I said, I still look at Egypt being the winners of that group. But
So
Mozambique
I
surprised me, and I
looking
was
at the
very impressed with their game. They had two players that I really enjoyed the play. The left back guy who kept Salah very silent. He plays for Atletico Madrid, Ronaldo, and then
oh
there's
really?
another. Yeah, he
All right.
plays for Atletico Madrid. He kept Salah out of the game for like the entire second half, and then the other guy who played center back who plays for Kaiser Chiefs with the
Yeah.
Edmilson guy. So those two
Yeah.
guys were very impressive for me.
Because
For
they were
Mozambique.
actually very disciplined.
Yeah,
At some point, they had five, six at the back, and they were
Yeah.
compact. And
Yep. Very
you could
compact.
tell, yeah, you could tell a team that has been well drilled. You
mhm.
know, it was not like the Nigeria game where you saw no. It was actually a classic draw where
Yeah,
both teams actually knew what they wanted
yeah.
to do, and they stayed to their gun. They stuck to their guns. So it was actually a good game.
No, it's a good game. The first
Yeah.
half was
Egyptians.
the first half was explosive, end to end football. The first half was
Yeah.
like like a Spanish derby, man. It was good. Yeah.
And you look at the stats of the game, you see Egypt had a lot of the ball. They had almost double the possession. They made almost double the amount of passes than Mozambique. And you could tell if the game had ended at 2-1, Egyptians would have been very frustrated because they just could not break down those two lines. Because what Mozambique did was they really set up very well defensively and restricted all of them. Like in the last, when they let Egypt have the ball, in the last 10, 15 minutes, Egypt just kept trying crosses and long balls, crosses and shots from distance, from outside the box. So it
Yeah,
was quite interesting to see.
that's
Uh,
something. That's something I forgot mentioning. About the
yeah,
Nigeria game. I was
yeah,
very
Nigerian
shocked when
team
I
too.
noticed that Equatorial Guinea had more
Nigeria
ball
did the same
possession.
thing, right?
They had a
Yeah,
more ball possession than
more
Nigeria.
possession.
I
See,
was I
yeah,
was
Yep,
surprised. Can you
yep.
imagine?
and even
Yeah,
though
Especially and they gained confidence in the second half. They gained
yeah.
confidence.
yeah,
If
Nigeria was
Yeah,
just
if you tie
you
a
know
game with
overcome.
Equatorial Guinea with seven shots on target, one convention rate, and the ball position is like 70-30 in favor of Nigeria, we'll say, okay, yeah, those guys just missed their
they
chances.
just
But,
yeah,
Yep.
Equatorial Guinea actually had the ball because when you see ball position, it means you have like the midfield, you
have,
own the
yep,
midfield. And Nigeria had three midfield. They played the game with three midfield, two holding midfielders and one attacking midfielder in the person of Iwobi. So how did you have that formation and you're not able to bring down to compress
interesting.
the Equatorial Guinea midfield? So I was surprised. Yeah, like I said, I just think Nigeria played like the players arrived this morning and they said, okay, go to the field and do your best, and then
And do it.
tomorrow we'll come back and work on the tactics. That's how Nigeria played. Trust me. Yeah.
So of the four games that have already gone on, who do you think has impressed so far? Do your predictions still stay the same? What do you guys think? How are you guys seeing it?
Mm, like Ivory Coast to me, they won comfortably, even though both goals were like defensive errors, but they didn't give Guinea-Bissau the chance to actually accept the miss from Balde. I
Uh
think I
huh.
think they played really well, and they have a very comfortable midfield. Sangare is good. He plays for Nottingham Forest. It's a really good midfield. With Casey has gone to Saudi Arabia, though he's also very good. And then you
Yeah.
have Sekou. Fufana, who was like the man of the match. So, and they have a comfortable midfield. If Adingra comes back and Sebastian Haller comes back, they're probably going to have more options. Maybe we might
Yeah,
see the what's his name, Kraso. I don't know if Kraso is going to
Crasso,
start if
Crasso,
Haller
yeah.
comes back, but if even if Haller is starting back, you have someone as Kraso who is not super talented, but he's a good
And he can
option
score
coming
the
from the
goal. Yeah,
bench.
because he did the
So
job today.
that's what you need. And yeah, he's
Yeah,
been playing for Red Star Belgrade, and
yeah,
he's not
Belgrade.
been doing bad. So I think
Mhm.
Ivory Coast to me still looks, and like I said yesterday, I knew Ivory Coast. I knew Nigeria. If Nigeria was going to win, maybe it was going to be like 2-1 or 1-0. That's why I said I knew Ivory Coast would top the group. Maybe they will have a goal advantage over Nigeria. But with the way Nigeria played today, I still see. I don't know. I see Nigeria finishing second in the group. I still see them finishing
Okay.
second. But I
Yeah.
don't know if they'll be able to beat Ivory Coast. That's where the problem is.
What
I
about
think
Group B? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, when a team wins like Ivory Coast, no matter how, because it's just a first game, they can always fix things. And then, as you said, some of their starters did not start, so it was like backup. But that goal from Fofana actually unleashed everything for Ivory Coast. Apart from that, for me, they were not all that impressive. I think the smaller teams that we have watched, apart from the first game against Ivory Coast and all that, Guinea-Bissau, the smaller like Cape Verde, these smaller teams have been the one to impress for me so far. So
Yeah,
the big teams, we always expect them to win, and if they are not winning, then
Maybe that's the way I look at it. That because
yeah,
Ivory
yeah.
Coast, we knew Ivory Coast was the bigger team, and they showed up as a bigger
And
team,
they
so
should
that's
have.
why I
Yeah,
have
they
them
should have.
up. The
I
other
mean, and
teams that
home
yeah,
advantage, home court advantage, right?
yeah, and
Home field
experience. They
advantage.
play with some
There's actually
experience.
a comment here. Let's explore. Wally Smith says he was not impressed by Ivory Coast. He's talking about Ivory Coast. I was expecting
exactly.
more, especially against Guinea-Bissau. Central defense was not solid. Lack of transitional passes, too much lateral passes, as if they were a bit afraid at a point. And
Yeah,
then he
yeah,
goes
that's
on to he goes on to say they were missing chances, good fighting spirit, aggressive, not staying back to defend. He's talking about Equatorial Guinea there. Sorry, Guinea-Bissau there. Sorry, and then the last comment was, as we said in the first 15 minutes, Ivory Coast took control of the game. After the first 15, Guinea team came back into the game and showed so many good things. So pretty good stuff there.
yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks, Wally
Wally.
Smith, for that. That's true. Yeah, especially the part because when I saw the back line Ivory Coast, I thought Boli was going to start, but the young guy who
Oh
played
yeah,
Dika is also he had a good
Dika.
game.
Yeah, I was
He's Cameroon. He has a Cameroonian dad and an
Cameroonian
Ivorian mom, but he was
nationality.
supposed to play
Yeah,
for Ivory Coast. So and yeah, and then the other young kid, Diomande, he's
Jumande.
young, good, but he was a little bit shaky. Yeah, I've watched him play a few games in the Portuguese league for Sporting.
Like
Good, but he's
what I
not
see.
comfortable on the ball. He's not comfortable on the ball. Yeah,
What I say
Well,
about Ivory Coast, don't need to improve. I don't need to improve like going on because had they played an opponent, I'll just give an example, right? Had they played an opponent like we saw today, Mozambique,
Equatorial Guinea or
Cape
Mozambique
Verde,
would have lost the
yeah,
game.
they
They would have
no, not
lost.
lost, but they would have given them
I
problem.
guarantee you
yeah.
they would have lost.
Yes.
No, no, no.
Because
I don't
even
think
if
they would have
I
lost. I
think,
think they would have had problems, like they've given them problems, like Tru3lion
mhm,
saying that. I don't think they would have lost the game.
I
Sometimes
think,
you adjust based on your opponent. Maybe after
yeah,
about 10,
right.
15 minutes of constant pressure from Mozambique, they'll say, okay, let's adjust and play the game. But since they didn't have no pressure from Guinea-Bissau, maybe that's why they were so
That's
relaxed.
why they.
Sometimes it
But
depends on the way your opponent approaches you.
think back to that miss though. If Balde scored that goal at that time,
Yeah,
Ivory
it
Coast
would
would
have,
have lost that
it
game.
would have been 1-1,
Yeah,
it would
because
have
that
been
was right
1-1.
at the point where Ivory Coast dropped off after the first 15 minutes. Ivory Coast dropped off, and that ball came from like a nice little dink pass over the line, the defensive line, and it was a very nice pass.
What would
And
have
and he
happened?
had
What would have happened by then if Bade scored that? That was the second half. No, first half.
yeah,
If
first
Bade
half.
scored, they would have gone half time. You would have seen Ivory Coast has a good coach. If he's not good, but let me say experienced coach, he would have changed because you see Ivory Coast they playing three. All three guys are technically holding midfielders.
Yes,
One of those guys, maybe Sangare would have pulled out Sangare and
pulled
brought in
them
an
out.
attacking minded player and play with two
Okay.
holding. I think that's what he would have done.
It should, anyways, would have, could have, right? It would have been good.
Yeah, would
Okay.
have could have
Day
exactly.
one is over. Day one is over. Let's look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big day for Cameroon and Senegal, and of course, Algeria. So the fixtures tomorrow: Senegal versus Gambia at 9 o'clock Eastern, where we are, our time zone. Cameroon versus Guinea, 12 o'clock, and 3 p.m., Algeria versus Angola. Predictions, thoughts, previews. What do you guys think?
Hmm.
I know Tru3lion had talked about an upset happening on the second day of play,
No, he
but I
also
think we already
mentioned
got the upset today with
he also
Ghana.
mentioned he mentioned Egypt. He mentioned an
Yeah,
upset with Egypt, so he's getting his stuff right. You know.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Egypt was
No,
saved by that penalty, right? If it, and Salah almost missed it.
But I think that
If
upset
Salah had missed that
that tie
penalty, it
that
would
tie
have been
is still an upset. Mozambique, Egypt, tying
oh yeah,
2-2, not
expected
0-0.
yeah,
2-2.
they
It means
expected
Mozambique were able to score
yeah.
2 goals. It's not like
two
a
goals.
0-0 tie. 2-2. So it
Yeah,
means that's still an upset.
yeah.
So I think Senegal beats Gambia tomorrow,
Yeah.
Okay.
and Cameroon Guinea. I won't back up from what I said. It's gonna be a tough game for Cameroon.
Yeah.
I see a draw happening in that game.
Uh-huh. I don't
Algeria.
know.
Who does Algeria play?
Algeria plays Angola. I don't think there's a lot. I don't know
Ah,
who
yeah,
Angola.
Algeria beats Angola.
Yeah.
um.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Same here. Same here. Senegal beats Gambia. Cameroon tie with Guinea, and Algeria beats.
Hmm.
Algeria is going to beat Angola. That's how I look at it.
Historically, Senegal has never started the AFCON well. They always struggle in their first game, just like Nigeria. They readjust.
Last
Even at the last one,
last Nations Cup, they won the first game or they tied it. I think they scored a penalty like
uh,
97 minutes. Was it
yeah,
against Zimbabwe or who?
Zimbabwe.
Yeah, they scored
I
like
think
a
it was
97
Zimbabwe.
penalty. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
they
Yeah.
always struggle in their first game. There's always something wrong. I don't know what it is, but they always do. So I'm not too sure that they will beat Gambia tomorrow, because Gambia is one of those teams. Like I said yesterday, the Brightons of the tournament. They catch you on a good day, they will take you or they will undress you well. If you catch them on a
That's
bad
Zambia.
day,
You're talking about Zambia. That's Zambia
oh yeah,
who is the
Zambia, not
Brighton.
Gambia.
Gambia is
That's right.
different.
That's right.
I
Gambia
think
is a little
Gambia
different.
played Cameroon. But Gambia also
Gambia
made
is
it.
not a bad. Gambia is not a bad team.
No,
It's
it's
not
It's
not
a
a
not a
bad
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 team.
team.
team. It's
They made
not.
it to the knockout. They made it to the knockout
Yeah.
phase last time. I think they were eliminated
Yep.
by
That's
Cameroon, right?
right. They went to the quarterfinals and they didn't
Yeah.
lose the game.
No, they're not a bad team, and they have the
They didn't
same
lose a
manager
single game.
and they have the same manager and about 75, about
Yep.
18 of the 25 players were
Are still
present in the
around.
last
Yep.
AFCON,
Yeah,
right?
the
Yep.
manager has been there since 2018.
Yeah,
Yep.
so at least
Tom,
he
Tom
knows
Seinfeld.
what
Yep.
he's doing.
Tom
So
Seinfeld, yeah, he's been there.
Seinfeld.
yeah.
He
Yeah,
I mean, and I think
he told
Gambia is
them.
one of those teams, right? They could surprise everybody.
No,
Nobody's
we have
expecting anything from
and
them.
we have nothing. They have nothing to lose, right? If they
Yep.
come out in the group
There
stage
it
or they
is.
make it to the
No
quarterfinals,
complex,
yeah,
nothing.
they
They're
came to
just coming to
participate.
play for
So
fun.
they have
Yeah.
nothing to lose. You have the
Yep.
pressure is all on the other three teams in
Senegal.
that group. So
Senegal has to prove
watch out.
itself. And it's defending champions. So defending champions, and they've always had trouble in the first game. Always in the AFCON. I can't remember. I tried to look, but I couldn't see where like a defending champion actually won their first game in the last like in the 2000s, right? In the
Yeah,
AFCON.
no,
Because remember,
Cameroon.
every time the defending champion wins the tournament, they come in, they struggle in the first game. Maybe second game they also struggle, and somehow third game they figure out they find their footing. So I'm not too sure. Not too sure. But anyways, so I think tomorrow will be a fun game in the morning. Senegal versus Gambia, and think about it. It's a rivalry, right? Gambia is inside Senegal,
That's it.
so it's
That's
that kind of
another
big
one
brother
to it.
sister
Yeah,
type
it's like
on
a derby. It's like a
derby.
derby
Yeah,
in club
exactly.
football where the last
So
place team and the first place team they
there
have a
you go.
derby. It's a complete different ball game. So yeah, you have a
Yeah.
point. It's the
Yep.
Senegambia
So it's
thing.
going to
Yeah,
be I think
that's
tomorrow is
true.
going to be a really fun day.
Yeah.
It's going to start off well. Then Cameroon, Guinea. I think Cameroon at the end will figure out something over Guinea.
Any news? Because the other day I read late yesterday, that Abubakar's injury was not serious and they're gonna
Yeah, that's
assess
not
him.
that serious.
They're gonna assess him today and all that. Is he gonna play tomorrow?
I don't think
No,
so.
no, he can't play tomorrow. I
Can't
think they
play
are
tomorrow.
shooting
How
I
about
for.
don't think
Magri? Is Magri fit for tomorrow?
that I don't know. Let me see. What's the latest news on Cameroon
I think
fitness?
Abubakar is shooting for the last game.
Oof.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
about the last
Abubakar
game in the
mostly
knockout? The last game in the group stage.
in
They
the
say
in
the
the group
last game
stage.
is like you're sure Cameroon is gonna leave the
Yeah,
first
group
round.
stage. And
um,
I don't know about
um,
Magri.
Magri, yeah. So
I don't see anything about him.
no,
I
teams
think,
like
but I
that,
still think Cameroon will come.
Cameroon
Cameroon.
relies. Let me not say rely, but Abubakar is like the target man. It's like the main man for Cameroon
Yeah,
up front.
yeah.
Let's say we're missing the other guy. Cameroon is missing the other guy, Chupomoting. So the other next guy, another guy who is like the main man is Abubakar. The other attackers haven't played with the other guys for a while. And if you have a team where maybe your strikers have not been in a team for a while, you must have like a real baller as a playmaker who can
Yeah.
give those, But if you don't have it, it's going to take a while. But like I said, Cameroon, they could score from corner kicks. They don't need to be very organized sometimes. They just need, that's Cameroon, that's green, red, yellow. Once they put on the green, red, yellow after the national anthem, it's a different
It
thing,
becomes something
Yeah,
else.
so
Yeah,
watch out.
like
I'm trying
it's
to
not
look
gonna
here
be.
to see if I get any
Sorry?
information, but I don't see information on Magri at all, on like his
Yeah, I
injury
think it's not gonna be like an easy game for Gambia. I mean for Guinea
for
because
No,
Guinea.
no.
It will
Cameroon
be
is
tough.
coming. Rigobert's song is coming with he knows what awaits him, right?
Yeah.
So I mean
No,
because the
no, no, no,
selection,
no.
the people he has picked, the teams here, I mean the players he has picked and all that inexperience. So he knows what awaits him. Any type of mishap, believe me, guys, he's gonna get
He,
fired.
he trusts Cameroonians. Like I said, I looked at the selection. I thought maybe he's building a team for the future, right? But Cameroonians are not patient. They don't want any. What are we doing with the future? We win now. Future
Yeah,
will the future will come in the future. They
All right.
don't have
So
time for rebuilding.
think
So
about
which
the
I
stats.
think,
Think about the
yeah.
stats.
So
Cameroon have met Guinea 19 times across all competitions.
mhm,
Qualifiers for World Cups, qualifiers for AFCON,
that
AFCON,
yeah,
and Cameroon has won 7 games. Guinea has beaten Cameroon 5 times,
and then
and
it's
the
tight.
other 7 games have ended in draws.
Yeah, because I remember when
and
Cameroon won the AFCON in 2000, they met Guinea. They had a
They
2-2 tie
met
when
Guinea.
Cameroon was
Yep, it
leading
was a draw.
2-0. They tied.
and
So did
another
some is crazy stuff. And
and
then
another
And
stats.
the last time we played them, they we tied the game 1-1.
that was in 2007, 2015.
2015.
Yeah, 2015 AFCON. Yeah.
2015.
And
And
another
and
thought you might want, we all started, both nations actually joined the African Cup of Nations in 1976.
at the same
Okay.
time, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, at
So
the same
it's
time.
gonna be a fun game tomorrow. I look forward to it, and let's see how it goes. Yeah. The next game will be Angola Algeria. Any quick thoughts on that one, or?
I looked at after having that conversation here with Tru3lion yesterday. I had a look. I had a glance at the Algerian squad. They
Mhm.
have some guys there who know. They know what time it is. So yeah, they know what time it is. They
Especially,
might
yeah,
Nigeria, Algeria, because of the awful performance they had last time. This year might be some. They might come in for something. You know.
You think?
But let's wait and see. There's been. I don't want to talk again about some people just beating people easily and all that. But
I think it's
um,
gonna be tough all along.
yeah.
I think it'll be
Some
tough.
someone is asking about pre-Cameroon game or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
let's do that. Uh, Julius Cho has a question. Super Can and pre Cameroon game. I'm not sure I understand. Any pre Cameroon game. Could you expand? I'm not sure I follow the comment, Julius.
when you say any pre-Cameroon game, it means like I don't know. Maybe
any
Maybe
preview for the Cameroon game, or what is he
any
talking
any
about?
preview or maybe
preview?
analysis, any
Oh, I
preview
think
about
that's
the
what we're
Cameroon
doing
game.
now, right? I think that's what we're doing now. Is
Yeah.
that what you're asking, Julius? Maybe just clarify in the comments. That would be great. Um, so cool, cool, cool. I mean, I think Cameroon edges Guinea tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, when the lineups come out, we'll know for sure, right? It'll give us a better idea what we can talk about or how we can look at it.
Yeah, but I don't. Maybe we can have 1 or 2 or 3 minutes about the Cameroon team. Lately, we've been seeing they've been out. They've been playing. What's his name? Castellato out of position as a right back. They're trying to
Yeah,
fit him in that right
Castelletto.
back position. What do you think about it, Tru3lion? What do you think about it, Nico?
I think it's not Rigobert Song is just playing it safe. I think he should play traditional right back Enzo Chateau over there because
Yeah,
when you play Castelletto over there, he cannot overlap. He doesn't bring much into the game, and then we are struggling with creativity in the midfield. So when we go and teams are actually packed at the back, we don't have someone that can actually overlap to
Overlap.
give crosses. So I think he should play a natural Enzo
and
Chateau.
overlap is very important
Yep.
in
Well,
the way wingers and right back play football now. This overlap helps a lot. And that's what I noticed about it because I think he's like you said, he's trying to play safe. The issue now, if you notice, he wants to use. I always forget his name. The guy who plays for IK Athens. What's his name? The big guy.
the Athens team.
The
Uh,
big guy who plays center back for Cameroon now. I was Mukuju. Aaron
Mukudi,
Aaron Mukudi. I think he wants to use
Mukudi.
Aaron Mukudi and Wu as center backs. The reason being
Normally, I
that
would prefer Gonzalez.
Yeah, or maybe Gonzalez. Let me say Gonzalez or Mokodi as a center back. He doesn't want to use Castelletto and Wu because they're both similar kind of players. Good with the ball, not that Song like someone who used to play the way he plays, right? So using Castelletto and Wu are two people who are very comfortable, like they say, Nyanga defenders. So he wants to get someone who does the daily job, and then Wu is there to do the delivery from the back. So I probably that, and he doesn't think I think from my opinion is I don't think he's comfortable having this guy on the bench. Someone is asking about
Oh,
Ebosi. Ebosi has been injured for a while with
oh
Udinese.
yeah,
That's why he's
it's
not
been
I
been.
busy
just
for a
wanted
while.
to
That's
throw
he's
that in
very
there in
very
case
good
he
as
had
a
a
left back
question.
or a center back. So he's been
Uh-huh.
injured for a
Yeah.
while in Udinese. That's why he's not been
Let
called.
me
He's not
let
there.
me okay. What do you guys think? Let me actually. I got a question, right? What do you guys
Mhm.
think is the key to Cameroonian success for you? Do you think is the midfield? And if
I
it's the
think the midfield.
midfield, how can Cameroon actually improve that midfield with what we have?
I think Song has what he takes from that midfield. I mean, look at the midfield. Angisa would be you if you build a midfield with Angisa and what's the other guy? Kemen,
Kemen?
right? The guy who plays in Turkey.
Yeah, he plays in
Yeah,
Turkey.
it's Kemen. Kemen.
Yeah,
Uh,
Oliver Kemen. Yeah.
Oliver and Kemen. The last
Mhm.
outing we had, he was impressive. I felt that he played quite well. So use those two in the midfield and maybe one of the other ones that we're used to seeing.
Cham?
Cham, yeah, Olivier Cham. That's another one. There will be. I think. I mean, I don't want to tell him how to do his midfield, but I really want to see a midfield with Angisa and Kemen in it.
Okay,
It
but
will allow us. It
okay,
will allow us to do that. It will allow us to do the defensive work because if first of all, if you're playing Castelletto as a right back, my thinking is he's doing that because he wants to use this whole idea of three center backs and one wing, the left back pushing up, the inverting thing. I think that's the idea. I'm not sure that that's what he's doing. I've never really seen it when it happens, but I think that's the idea, right?
no,
Uh,
I think yeah,
so
I think when he used Castelletto and when he started using Castelletto as a right back,
as a right back, yeah,
we did not actually have someone that could play that wing. But now that Enzo Chato is in
yeah,
the team,
But
bring him back.
even the other kid from Stoke City is good as a right back. He's good. I don't think what's his name, Chamado or something. He's good.
yeah,
Stop
He's
it.
yeah,
good.
but yeah, but for me,
With
I don't
who's
think
playing.
defensively we really have a big issue. But
Yeah.
we're talking about that right back
I think
problem
it's the
because
midfield. If
it's
we
part
can
of the
handle our
creative
midfield,
moving forward, right? But
yes,
the midfield, that midfield, the players we do have there because we've called Angisa and Cham and
Kemen.
Kemen,
Kemen, those are identical. If you look at
Yeah,
their
that's what I wanted to say. Those
they're
three
yeah.
guys,
identical players, right?
there's not an
There's
actual
no
holding
actual
midfielder
holding.
above those
They are
three
all
guys.
eights,
Yeah.
right? They all play
No,
like eight.
so no, so even Angisa, right? No, they can actually play that holding midfielder.
Yeah,
Even
that's why
Angisa, right? Angisa is that type of a
eight. It's an
playmaker
eight.
that is that type of playmaker that he actually play makes on the roll, like
Yeah, he arrives in the box, does the
in
work,
motion.
comes
But
back,
he's not the type of playmaker that can hold the ball, attract players to himself,
and
Mhm.
then pass
and
it on.
change
Lay it
direction.
off.
He's not breaking defensive lines and all that. So you bring in, and that's why we were talking about Chupu Moting, right? Because Chupu Moting can actually do these things.
Hold up the ball.
So, yeah,
True.
he can actually hold up the ball. So now, if he plays Cayman, Chan, because when you look at the team like Guinea, they have Keita in that
No,
midfield, right? They have
yeah.
Moriba,
Yes.
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
are physical. They are young. They are young also, so they are physical.
that's
So
right.
he who wins that midfield battle come tomorrow is likely to win that game. That's how I look at it.
Someone is
So
asking when Song is going to be courageous
when
enough
Song
to
is
use
going to use
Elliot.
Elliot,
The
that's
problem is that
like a mental game.
when you start using players that don't play for their teams, it's a problem. And Elliot is not yet that physical. He's not ready. He doesn't
Yeah,
play.
so
He
he's a
doesn't play for
technical.
his
I
team.
think
So
those are the Ozil type players you want to avoid in tournaments like these, especially first game. I look at someone like that as an Ozil type player.
Yeah,
They're
and
not physical. They're not going to be physical. They're
what
just going to,
a lot of people have been complaining about, they think Anguissa is nonchalant when he plays for the Lions
yes. And
versus
that's why I
Napoli.
want him to get responsibility
Napoli.
tomorrow. Like, give him responsibility tomorrow so that the whole country and the world is
No,
watching.
but the problem
When
is
you
that
give him that responsibility, he carries it.
it's
I
not
think
about giving him responsibilities. Look at Napoli when he plays with Napoli. Look at how close they are to each other. Look at
That's
how
it.
they interchange. Look at how they move.
I wanted
yeah,
to
When you see
say,
Cameroon play in the midfield,
yeah,
it's not the same movement.
yeah, and it's the same thing. It's just like expecting Salah to play. Okay, look, like I was asking someone, why are they? I don't understand Egypt and I don't understand Egypt and Salah. Even for
hmm
the national team, they isolate him on the right flank. To me, if I was the coach of Egypt, maybe I'm not. Let me not say maybe I'm not as good as him. I would rather play Salah right behind the striker. He's going to
yeah,
get more of the balls. When you put him
more
as a
as
winger,
a winger
you
because the
have
play
a
style is different.
left back who's saying, okay, I don't mind overlapping to give those crosses. I'll stay me here. Let's play the ball. So it's going to frustrate him. And another thing with besides the fact how close the midfielders are, if you look the way he plays at Napoli, you have the Lobotka guy who is the guy who plays everywhere. And then Zambo does a little bit of box to box stuff there.
Yeah,
With Cameroon, almost every game you have a different midfield partner
build partner.
for Zambo. Today is Kemen, the next day is Champ, the next day is Neo, the
The
next day is
other
Kunde Malong, the next day is how they call
guy.
the other guy,
Mumi,
um,
what's his
um,
name? No, not
um,
Mumi.
Hongla. The next day is
Hongla.
so
Is
when you
Hongla?
keep changing, how do you expect him to when you have in Napoli, he plays with the same people, two or three people almost every day, and it's a club. He plays for them. He stays with them. He plays every day with them. And then you come now to the national team where he trains with those guys just for 3 days. And then you have today you
And
put
then you
Kunde
want to
Malong to
give him,
partner and Gisa.
no.
The next day you use Cham. The next day you use Neo. The next day you use Hongla. The next day you use you see, so when you're doing that, you're not helping. And then you say, and Gisa
So
carry skin for camera. If you say
the
that, yes,
one
that.
reason
But you can't, yeah,
I get your point. I get
yeah.
your point, Ajab. I get it, and I like that. But the one reason I'm saying that is because we don't have Chupomoting, we don't have Abubakar, and those are like the big boys of the club, right, of the team. And who is the next in line that you can see who has been there for a while? You're not necessarily Toko Ekambi, yes, but mm,
No, but
give
Toko
Angisa the
Ekambi and
responsibility.
Toko Ekambi,
Okay.
Clinton J. They played the
Clinton J.
2017
Yeah, but
AFCON.
No, but
is
let
Clinton
me
J
ask you,
going to
Nico,
start?
when you're talking about responsibility, what type of responsibility are you
Give
talking
him the
about?
captain ban,
But
tell
he's
him this is
captain.
your midfield and
But
do the
he's the
work.
captain. He's the
Yeah,
captain.
he doesn't need to be captain. He doesn't
Captain
need to
No,
be
can
captain to have
because
that
I
responsibility.
think that's what should happen tomorrow though.
no, because
You wear the
when you talk
captain ban,
about
Toko
the
Ekambi.
armband is just an armband.
Yeah,
It
That's
has
right.
nothing.
But no, but some players, especially some players, it's a badge of honor to wear that armband. Think about it.
No,
see,
man,
Think
I
about
don't,
it.
bro. I don't really care about. I'm talking about his role on the field. The point
Oh,
is that, yeah,
there's
the
go
point
ahead,
is that
go ahead. Then we'll look at this comment. There's a comment that Kemen is actually injured. What's
Kemen
going on
was
with
injured.
Kemen?
You see, Kemen was injured.
Was
Yeah, but
okay. Yeah, because
was back in the
I
day.
saw I
The-
saw him on Fika Foot's video. He
no,
was
he said
practicing. Yeah.
he's talking
Okay.
about a comment
All right.
that we
Good.
made.
Good.
The
Okay.
problem is that
Mm-hmm.
we want players like I said. Those guys are identical players. They are
Yes.
like they are not agile.
2-8.
You
Yeah.
know, like he talked about Elliot. That's why you bring a player like doesn't he try to play a player like Ngamelo as a
Is it?
playmaker? I mean, in the midfield, because
no,
The Ngamelo you've seen, it's just that song is so rigid. He's not thinking out of the box.
Ngamalo
Ngamelo
is
can
not
actually hold the
Ngamalo
ball.
is
Ngamalo
not
is
Ngamalo is not
Ngamalo
good with the ball. He's
yeah.
Ngamelo
just
is not
he's,
good at the ball. He had 3 assists in the last African Nations Cup. He's
Ngamalo
not
is
good with the ball.
But he's a forward though.
Ngamalo
They've been
is
using him as
how
a
do you call it?
winger. Right
Ngamalo's
wing.
what the Frenchman says point four. His point four is his work rate. He's not good with
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We need a workaholic in that
Yeah,
he's
he
good
can
with the
play.
ball.
He should play on the
Have you
wing.
seen?
He should play on
He's
the
good.
wing.
He plays on the wing though.
But
Wait,
he's
so
good with the ball. Have you seen
That's
him
Tru3lion,
what they use him to
Ngamelo on the
do. Yeah.
ball?
will you comfortably use Ngamale as a midfielder for the
I
Lions?
don't. Yeah, I don't
Of
think
course,
so.
I will use him as a mid. Who is
He's
there?
not
Who's
good
there in
with the
that midfield?
ball.
Who is there in that midfield that can hold the ball? We used to use what's his name, Kunde. Kunde will run
No, no, no,
everywhere
Malo.
no.
until he
Kunde was a good player, but tactically he wasn't sound. But he
he
was
was not
energetic,
disciplined.
but tactically he wasn't sound. He was running all over the place. Yeah,
Exactly.
but he was a defensive midfielder. Though. When we're looking for someone who could really hold the ball.
And
Cham
create.
is better at holding the ball
Cham is better at
than
that.
Gamale.
What about the guy Nathan Douala? He's the guy
I
from
never
Victoria
watched him
United.
play. I never
Victoria
watched him
United.
play, but I don't
He,
think this is the stage they want to put that responsibility on him, like coming to
okay.
play. Like I know, yeah, we had to. Cameroon had needed some home-based players to be part of the squad, but a few people who watched him, they say he's good with the ball, but I don't think he's there yet. Let's
The
wait for
level is
him
not
to
yet
play
there.
maybe like the Chan. They call it Chan, right? If
Mm-hmm.
he's
Yeah.
really that good, then we'll see him in the Chan.
That's why I was excited maybe to see a guy like Baliba, but Baliba
Yeah,
is not ready
Yeah,
to come and
Badibe.
play.
Baliba would have been a good person to partner as let me see
I
me.
think Brighton has been very tough with African teams letting players go.
No, he is the one. He is the one who said he wants they should give him time to settle at
Nah,
club
I
side
think
before
it's Brighton.
he accepts call.
No, no,
Call.
Brighton cannot
So
deny you a call up.
Brighton
Brighton did
tonight.
this. No, Tariq Lamptey didn't go to Ghana,
He's
and
injured.
Brighton's coach,
He's
he's
injured.
not. You think
He's
you
injured.
think he's
He's not been
injured?
playing for long. Tarek Lamptey is injured. Tarek Lamptey has
Oh,
not played for a very long time. He's
Brighton
injured.
cannot deny.
You
The team
cannot.
cannot deny
It's
I
call
thought
up.
I
CAF.
saw him. I saw him play Brighton's cup. Was it the cup game?
CAF,
No,
CAF will not allow you. CAF and FIFA
You
will not
cannot
allow
deny
that.
a team cannot
no,
deny you
no.
with a call
Yeah,
Okay.
up.
you see,
Yeah, I know
Adingra.
they can. I know they can, but they could play. I
Yeah,
thought they could only play some
Adingra
type
is
of
part
game.
of the Ivorian squad. Adingra,
Okay,
even
and
though he's injured.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, Ndinga.
Adingra
Yeah,
or
that's
Adingra,
right.
sorry. I always, yeah, he's
Ndinga,
part
whatever
of
his
the,
name is. Yeah,
yeah, he's part of the Ivorian
yeah.
squad. They will not allow, they cannot do
Okay,
that.
good.
It's,
Because I
yeah,
saw an interview by the coach of Brighton, and he was like saying, "Oh, this player has been injured. I don't know if Ghana's coach has been looking." I was like, "Wait. Why is he talking that way? Like, come
Oh
on,
no,
you have."
normally if a player is injured, the count your club can
Mhm.
keep tabs and all that to make sure that the country is not using him to.
yes, yeah,
Yes.
that's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
I
it
know there's a right now there's this thing, there's a court case or some arbitration thing going on with Cameroon and the guy from Marseille. Is that
yeah, I heard
yeah,
Cameroon didn't give him Cameroon
that
didn't
they
give
have
the
not
go ahead
given
for
him
him to play.
to play. Yeah, so
The young
Marseille
man
cannot play him for
who,
fear of a fine or
No, yeah,
something.
it's just all Marseille needs to do. If Cameroon agrees, you say, okay, you can play him. That's all. But Cameroon has not given him the go ahead.
yeah,
Just because maybe the guy did not follow
The
protocol.
proper
yeah, he went
protocol.
for protocol
Yeah.
because honestly, if that guy went to AFCON, he won't play. He will barely play for AFCON for Cameroon. Trust
Yeah,
me. So what he would have done, he would have sat down with Fikafo and said, "This is what I want to do." Right now, Marseille has a lot of players who are going to AFCON. This may be my chance to have more playing time at AFCON. And I'm
so that
sorry
I
for Marseille. I know if I come for the AFCON, I will barely play. Just please let me stay in France because he's a winger, and Marseille has about two or three wingers that are going to the AFCON. Two of them are Senegalese guys. So I think that would have
Senegalese
been a
guy.
good opportunity for him, but probably he did not follow the right procedure. When I first read that, I thought maybe he had followed the right procedure, discussing with Cameroon about it. But it's like he just decided
He
to say,
probably
"No, I'm
just
not coming."
decided to stay.
Yeah,
It's
he should
sad.
have denied it.
Yeah,
He should
while
have
talking
denied
about
it.
that, what about the other guy? What's his name? The guy for Ghana who didn't go and is now and took a red card yesterday.
Fatawu, he played the
Yeah,
young
Fatal.
19-year-old guy I was telling you about, exceptional winger. He plays, he's like 19, he plays for
Oh
Leicester.
man,
So he
some of
turned down
these
the
players
call.
really
He
need
told them
better
that he wants to
advisors,
focus
man.
on club
No,
football.
no, but look at the truth is that these guys, some of them really want to. I mean, they don't want to go. That's okay, but
Yes,
follow the right the right protocol. In 2017, seven Cameroon players turned down the call up.
yes,
That's
it wasn't a big issue.
I don't blame any player who doesn't want to go. I don't blame them, but just follow the right protocol. If you think
Yeah.
you have to stay in and fight for a spot in your team because that's who's paying you,
That's what I
and
always say.
yeah,
They earn a
I,
living. They
I, I
earn
don't
a
blame them.
living. They earn a living playing for their clubs, not for the national
Yeah,
team.
not for
I'm
the
not saying
national.
they should. I'm not saying they should turn down a call up, but they earn a living playing for their clubs, not
yep,
for the national team.
yep.
Yeah,
So if you follow the right protocol,
every
that's
player
fine.
plays maybe about 10 games max a year for your national team, but you play for your club 38 to 50 games a year. So that young guy for Ghana, I think he probably spoke with the Ghana Football Federation and the coach of Ghana and said, "Okay, no, I need
Yeah,
to right now. Leicester is in a certain position now that I need to secure my spot." And they said,
exactly.
"Okay." And then he plays for Leicester. He gets a red card. He's suspended for 3 games. He's not going to play
Games.
again until the end of the AFCON.
until
So
the end
people
of
are
the.
like, why did you just come for the AFCON,
And it's funny because Ghana will be out before then.
Yeah, and
I
Ghana
don't
will
think
probably
Ghana
be
will
out
be
even
out.
before the end of the
All
AFCON.
right,
So
quick, quick overview. Let's look at the standings and then see if our predictions still stand, or if we want to change our predictions. I just want to put it out there. Group A, Ivory Coast is in first place with 3 points. Equatorial Guinea 1 point. Nigeria 1 point, and then Guinea-Bissau 0 points and minus 2 goals. Predictions still the same as they were on day one. Ivory Coast and Nigeria going through in this group.
I see Nigeria having a tie with Ivory Coast. I know it's gonna be strange, but I see Nigeria Ivory Coast gonna be a tie. Nigeria is gonna beat Guinea-Bissau on the last day, so Nigeria is still gonna make it. But Ivory Coast is gonna win that group. Like I said yesterday, Ivory Coast is gonna win the group. Nigeria is gonna be second.
It's gonna be
That's
Thursday.
that's that's how I
Thursday
look at it.
is gonna be Super Thursday because it's happening on the same Thursday where Senegal is playing Cameroon. So,
Yeah.
okay, all right. What about you, True Lion? Do your
I mean, it
predictions still
is.
stay the same?
I'm not changing. I'm not changing anything.
You're not changing it. I
Yeah.
think Equatorial Guinea can surprise everybody because they were really organized against Nigeria. I think if they do that against Ivory Coast, they can come away with another point. And if they do that with Guinea-Bissau, they could just get ahead and score and win the game. So you never know. Equatorial Guinea may make it out of this group. I'll put a question mark there. So, anyways, what about Group B? Group B, Cape Verde is in first place, 3 points and plus 1 goal. Egypt, second place with 1 point. Mozambique, 1 point. Ghana, 0 points. Predictions still stay the same, or do you guys want to change them now?
Yesterday I said Cape Verde slash Ghana second
Ghana,
place, but
so
now
second
it's gonna
place. Yeah,
change. I still think Egypt is gonna finish first. Cape Verde is gonna
okay.
finish second. That's what I have now. After watching the game today, not just them being organized, but Ghana doesn't look
They don't look
convincing.
comfortable. Yeah,
Ghana looks like Cape Verde. Cape Verde looks like Ghana.
yeah.
You know,
What about you, True Lion? He's laughing.
I don't want to change any of my predictions. I just
You're not
stay
changing
with
any. Okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah. I mean,
I
for
think.
me, yeah, for me, everything just stays the same. If I
The same.
predict something, I just want to keep it that way.
no, but
All
like
right.
the only prediction that is gonna change for me is I had Cape Verde or Ghana, but now it's gonna be Cape Verde.
Now it's Cape
Everything else
Verde.
stays the same. For Group A
Yeah,
stays the same. Group C is gonna stay the same too. But
I don't
yeah,
understand why the coach of Ghana didn't just start Inaki. Like, why put him on the bench? Why? I don't know. I don't get it. Anyways,
Semenyo is a winger, right?
Semenyo started. Yeah, Semenyo was
But I
up
mean,
front.
he's a winger for Bournemouth, right?
He's a winger for Bournemouth, but he
And
started up
then
front,
he started
center,
up
like
front today,
center
and
forward.
Naki
Yeah,
Williams on the bench.
yeah, and Inaki was on
Um,
the bench.
so yeah,
Then
to me, some things
and Mohamed Kudus is injured. Apparently, he has a hamstring issue.
I
So
don't
I'm not
understand.
sure he's gonna play at all. I'm not sure.
That's when
Anywho,
you see some of those, and he was at the top of his game before going to the AFCON. That's when you're going to see
exactly,
people like David Moyes
exactly.
going to go crazy.
Yeah. And the weather has been really tough on these players because you can tell, like, after the first 20 minutes, they're sweating bunkers,
Yeah,
right?
probably. I now understand why most of those teams went to Saudi for training
Saudi Arabia for
because
training.
of the
Yeah.
weather, right? The weather is probably very similar to what it is
Yeah.
right now in Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, looking forward to tomorrow. I'll be up 8 o'clock, ready in front of my TV, ready to go. We will connect again tomorrow after the game. Yeah.
We'll be connecting after Algeria's game, right? After the last
After
game, right?
Algeria's game, yeah, same
Mm.
time like today. To
Yep.
the viewers, do let your friends know, share, and oh, there's a comment there about Gamalu.
He
Let's
said
just talk about
he
that
said he
before we
likes
go.
Ngama a little bit. I like Ngama a little bit. I don't think you can play him in the midfield. He's a good winger in my opinion. And
That's
then he
right.
said, "What I've been saying is, look, when I've been saying, look, Song is not competent, honestly." If
Yeah, Song is not competent at all. But
you tell
I think
someone Song is not competent, they're gonna
he
ask
has no
you,
idea what he's doing. You cannot talk something that you do not know.
"Yeah, Song has no idea." So say Song has no idea what
I
he's
still
doing.
so remember Song was the
It's
oldest.
just like this, right?
Mhm.
When you have someone, a tactician, a great tactician, he will unveil things that we don't see.
You don't see, yeah.
Yeah. So for me, football now is not rigid. You can mold players into many different positions according to the needs of your team. So
Yeah,
that's how I look at it. But a guy like Song, he can do it.
We don't have that personnel though. Looking at the
How
team,
do
the
you? I mean,
Cameroon
how do you know?
roster,
Look at
we
what
don't really
look at
know
what
that we
look
have that
at.
personnel.
I mean, how would you know? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know once Claude Leroy? Is it Claude Leroy? No, it wasn't Claude Leroy. Who took Mboma and played Patrice Mboma
Claude
right
Roy who played Claude
Roy,
Roy who
Claude
played
Roy.
Boma as a defensive midfield in the '98.
in World Cup, right?
It did not work.
Yeah.
It did not work.
Exactly. It did not work, but at least he tried.
Yeah, it did not work.
You,
That-
you see what
yeah.
I'm saying? It did not work, but at least he tried. So sometimes you
So
try
if
things.
you were
I
coaching
think Ghana
Cameroon's
Big has
team,
played as a nine shirt before.
so if you were coaching Cameroon's team, who would you use now, like in this roster we have?
I don't, bro. I don't know, but I will try things. You see what I'm saying? I will
Mhm.
try things.
No,
If
the
things are
problem
good,
is you're saying right. You're saying Cameroonians don't have patience. Eto'o is a winner. Eto'o has always been a winner. If Cameroon doesn't perform well, like you said yesterday, me I'm thinking Eto'o might give him a second chance. But you're saying if Cameroon goes out, let's say
Fire
first
him.
round, it's done with Song,
oh
and you
yeah,
want
first
Song to
round is
try,
done.
and
Yes.
then you want Song to try things. He just has to play safe.
But no, play safe. You don't win playing safe. You
You
don't
can,
win
yeah,
playing
no,
safe.
you
Cameroon,
can.
yeah,
It's three games.
Cameroon can
It's
win
three
one. No,
games. You need 5 or 6 points,
Look at
five,
what
six,
just
Pablo.
7
just
Look
points
win
at
to get
what
there.
1-0,
he did.
1-0
Look at
time with
what Hugo
Senegal.
Bros
You
did
take
in
it.
2017. Look at what
Sorry.
Two
Hugo
draws
Bros
and
did
a
in
win, and you're
2017.
through. Or maybe even three
But
Do
draws
you know
can
what
get
it
you
means
through in
by
this tournament.
okay? Do you know what it means by benching Abubakar for Tambe in 2017? Do you know if he
Yeah,
did not win the African Nations Cup? Do you
that was
know?
then. Eto wasn't president of Food.
No, but why are you talking about Eto'o? I'm talking about Eto'o
No,
when
but I
Eto'o is
understand.
doing
Yeah,
Eto'o.
like
Oh, I get your point.
someone
I
is
get your
saying yeah,
point.
that song had, but that's true. When during he would have tried those things during the qualifiers with teams like
Yes,
Exactly.
Namibia and
exactly. There you
Burundi.
go.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
true. But he
How can you
didn't
have a
say
problem?
that
How can you have
we
a
cannot try
problem
the
that
things
has
now. But
lasted for almost 2 years?
yeah, he's been there. He'll be 2 years in March. But you know, and
Anyways,
that's something I
I
wanted us.
think
I watched the sorry, I saw the formation of the lineup against what was the last Zambia with
against Zambia
Darlene Lyonga playing as a left attacker.
or the test game we played,
The test game, the one all
the,
game.
the one
What
in
do you think
yeah,
about
the
it?
one
Do
in
you
Saudi
think
Arabia.
because to me, if I had the chance to be if I had influence over the team, which will never happen, I will choose. I will play either Darlene Lyonga or the other guy. What's his name? The left back. What's his name?
Tolo
Tolo.
Tulu,
I'll choose one
know
of
who,
them.
know who,
I
to
can't
play
play
where to play.
as a left
left
back.
back, left back.
Oh, as a left back, I told you we're talking about as a winger.
No. As a left back,
Mm-mm,
I'll use Darlene
left back.
Winger or Tolo. I won't use both of them at the same time. I won't use
No, I
both
would
of them.
not because
One or the other. I
playing a
think
guy
that's
who
the
cannot
idea why Castelletto is on the wing right now, right?
Yes.
playing a guy
I mean,
who cannot score over there is a disadvantage to your team.
Yeah. But Darlene
Yes.
Younger was he the one who scored?
No, he gave an assist. I think he gave an yes, he was the one who scored.
No, he's the one who scored. But let me say,
Yes,
if me, Darlene Younger is good for a team. He's he's good moving forward. He's good for a team that plays three at the back with wing backs. But if you have a team like
yes,
Cameroon playing, yeah, three in the
yes,
back with the wing back. But if you have a team like Cameroon playing against Guinea, we're not supposed to go to the Guinea and Cameroon is supposed to be Cameroon is normally they're not supposed to be scared of any team. But if you're going to play a team against Guinea, you cannot be going to put the Tolo and Darlene at the same time. Me,
exactly,
I'll put Tolo on the bench and start with Darlene, man. Go play the ball. Guinea should be the one to defend against Cameroon. Who the hell is Guinea?
exactly,
You know?
exactly.
I
Yeah.
I mean,
Guinea should be the one to defend. Throw me, put me Enzo or the Chamade there.
Enzo,
Throw.
Chateau,
Play Wu and someone else because Wu has
Mobanya,
proven that
whatever his name is.
he's the best.
It's
He's the
the
best
guy
center
from
back
Bodo,
Cameroon has at the moment.
the guy from
So it's
Bodo
probably
Glimt.
going to be Wu and someone else. So I don't know if it's going to be Gonzalez or Mokodi, but most likely it's going to be. But from what I'm seeing, Song is
Exactly.
going to use
Well,
Castelletto as a right back. Let's see how it works.
let's
And
see.
now
So
that we don't
tomorrow,
have
mhm.
Abubakar starting, you don't have. Let's sorry.
let's
Let's
just
take
see
another
what his
two
lineup
to
will
five
look like.
minutes to. If you True Lion or Nico, they said,
Hmm.
okay, what's your lineup? What's your preferred lineup for Cameroon tomorrow? We don't have
Tomorrow,
Abubakar. Demo is not part of the
yeah,
competition
let's
due
do
to
that
injury.
actually.
Give
Let's
me
do
the
that.
lineup for Cameroon.
Let's do that. I will start with Ondwa in goal, of course, because we know Nana cannot play.
Mhm.
Um, was Mukudi and Wu. I'll play Christopher Wu with Mukudi.
Okay.
And then on the right, I would play not Castelletto. Was the guy? Was
Chamade.
the
Chamade.
Chamadu, and then on the left, Nuhu. In midfield, I would do Kemen, Angisa, and the guy Cham. just because I feel like we need that defensive cover, and we can block enough and move forward. For attack, Magri, but you guys say he's injured. I won't start Clinton J. I'm sorry, I don't want to start him. I want him coming off from the bench. Um, Man, my attack would be horrible. Toko Ekambi, uh, I don't know. Toko Ekambi, maybe. There's not a lot, there's not a lot of options without Vincent Abubakar. There's Toko Ekambi, um, Magri, he's injured, and then who else? Because all the other guys there are like supporting casts. Really, you can't like we need a strike force. Cameroon has never gone to an AFCON without a real strike boss. Like, we've had Mboma, we've had Eto, we've had Roger Miller, we've had Vincent Abubakar. We're going in tomorrow and we don't have a recognizable name that scares defenders. That's scary. Because Toko Ekambi cannot do it for me, but he'll be the one starting for me. That's the one person I would have to start in the attack. But I don't have two more people, so I don't know. Start the guy from Cameroon, Douala or Mbida, whatever.
Douala is a midfielder.
He's a midfielder.
Well, yeah, Douala is a midfielder, and Mbida,
Okay.
the one from Dynamo.
Atiba.
Start him.
Atiba.
Yeah, Atiba is also yeah.
Atiba is the guy from Dynamo.
I wouldn't start him, man. All those guys, I won't start them. They are the guy you just called from. Well, if I had to make my own lineup, I start Enzo at right back.
Mhm.
Enzo, Chateau.
Then I got Wu and Gonzalez as my central midfield defenders. I got Yongwa at the left. I got Kemen at my central defensive. I got Angisa playing to his right. I got Cham playing to the left. I got Nkudu
Mhm.
up
Okay.
front. I got
Oh yeah.
I got Clinton J and Toko Kambi. They will interchange as nine. All those guys can run that front line. So that's how I'm gonna play.
That's my
Oh
own.
no! What's this guy's name? What's the guy who plays in
Bodo Lind.
Bodo
uh,
Link.
yes, what's his name?
The Mumbai
Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Mumbai. Yeah, I'll start him as
Mumbai.
nine. I'll drop Clinton J. I'll start him because
The
he's
one
playing.
reason
Yeah.
the one reason I will not start in Kudu is you're 28
Oh,
years old.
Nkudu.
No,
Yeah.
wait.
14 goals.
No, no,
14
no. It's
goals
good.
in
Give me your
the first.
opinion. Give your opinion.
The
Okay,
reason
go
is
ahead.
because at 28, I don't see how you could. It's just like Oscar. You go and start playing in Saudi Arabia. Like, seriously?
Where
Like,
does Ekambi play?
go and stay in France.
Where does Ekambi play?
Who?
Ekambi.
Ekambi is older, isn't
No,
he?
where does
Where
he
did
play?
Abubakar play? Where did Abubakar play?
But
Two
they're
years,
older.
2 years
2 years
ago.
ago.
They're older. They're
Older.
No,
older.
2 years ago. Where did
2
Abubakar
years
play?
ago, Abubakar was 29.
Yes.
But
Where
he
does
played in the
where does
Saudi
Fofana
league
play?
and he's back in Turkey playing.
Where
He went
where
back to
where
Where
does Fofana
where
play?
does Fofana play? The man of the match yesterday.
Fofana. Well,
Yes.
yeah, 27. It's Ivory Coast, man. I don't know.
See,
I don't know. Any
see,
of these people chasing money,
my
they're chasing
my
money versus
lineup is very similar to Tru3lions. By
yeah.
default, Fabrice Ondua is going to start. His cousin is still on his way to Ivory Coast, so
Yeah.
Fabrice Ondua is going to start. At the right back, I have Enzo.
Oh, I said Onana. It's of Ondua. My bad.
Yeah, it's Ondua. Onana
Ondua
cannot
is
play
going to start.
tomorrow.
Onana is still on his way. I have this man on the right back, Enzo Chato as a right back. I have the left back guy, Darlene Younger as a left back. I have Castelletto and Wu.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
Castelletto and Wu as centre backs. I have
Okay.
Cham, Kemen, and Angisa in the midfield.
In the midfield.
Cham stays there. Kemen plays here
Kemen
on the
and
left.
Angisa.
Angisa,
Eight.
almost
So
like a
2
small
8, right?
diamond.
Yeah,
And then
2
I have
8.
Kudu. Kudu has been explosive lately. Kudu must start for me.
Okay.
He's pacey. He knows how to play with the ball. He starts on the left flank. It can be on the right flank. No, let me see. It can be or Clinton. Oof.
I cannot start Clinton. I want Clinton
No,
coming
Ekambi
off.
has been very, I don't know, nonchalant. He plays. He's not. His head is somewhere else. But
Oh.
I'll start Ekambi on the right, and then I will start the target man, the big guy who plays in.
So how many goals does Nkudu have right now in his club for
I
his
think he's
club?
like second or third top scorer in the
He has
Saudi
14
league.
goals. 14.
14.
Really?
Yeah,
14 goals, 4 assists.
he has 14 goals. He's good. He's good. He's good. He's been playing well, even though he's
Okay.
in Saudi, but he's been playing well.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm looking 14 goals and 4 assists.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's not bad. Yeah.
You see,
All right.
someone is laughing. Say, there you go. That we're now confused with having a lineup up front. They say, there you go, and your coach did not call up Chupo. I swear, Chupo Moting. I swear, this is crazy.
Yeah, I know. This is why I think True Lion was very adamant about that. So this is why you
No,
call someone like Chupomoting because
no,
you
but the
don't
problem
know,
is
you cannot rely on a striker
no,
who's not a
no, but
recognizable
it's
name.
good. It's good. It's good when you don't call him and say the other guys I call, I think they're better. Instead of saying that I know he's important, that this guy
Yeah,
is very
there
important.
you go. There
Yeah,
you
but you
go.
don't call him. You can say
You
no,
know,
it's
it's the
football.
politics of
I
the team.
didn't call him because I thought the group I called are better at the moment than him, or they fit into my project than he does. Things like that.
Yeah,
Don't say he's an important player, very important, and then you don't call that
then
very
you don't
important
call
player.
him.
So,
It's all good.
yeah, so
Well,
maybe he has his reason. Maybe the reason he gave to the press about not calling is not the right reason. So, but that's how my lineup will be. And then you have Jay coming from the bench with a lot of skills, and
yeah,
then Gamalo coming with firepower too. Because Gamalo
yeah,
has a lot of firepower. He's very energetic, and he's not like a Masong, but he's not a comfortable dribbler, but he's
not
not a
comfortable
Masong.
with the
So
ball either.
it's good when you also have some options from the bench, not just not just have some crazy guys on the bench. So that's how my lineup for Cameroon is going to look
Yeah,
going
that's
to look
why I
like.
think that's
I
the main reason.
want I want Cameroon to. I don't want Cameroon to. You're playing Guinea. You're not playing Senegal. You're not playing Morocco. You're not playing. You're going to play. I want Guinea to be the team coming to defend, not Cameroon going to say we want to play safe. So that's why I have a very attacking lineup. Enzo is good right back. Darlene Lyonga is a left back. They move forward. Castellotto and Wu, they're good with the ball. So and then you have Cham sitting with Angisa and Kemen partnering him. You have the big guy. I always forget his name. He plays in Norway for Bodo Glimt. He's going to be the target man, the big guy. And then you have Kambi on the right and
What will
Voodoo on the
be
left.
the
There we go.
Mubanga,
And
Umanya, or whatever his name is,
yeah,
Mubanya.
Mubanya.
Mubanya or something. Yeah. So if they play that way, I think Guinea is going to have it tough. But you never
Uh,
know.
and
The coach knows them better than we do. So let's see what he comes
yeah,
up with.
Guinea's midfield will be interesting. The guy from Getafe and Naby Keita and another person.
Navigator, Mr. Injury. Man, that
Yeah,
guy is
no,
always injured.
probably will play 20 minutes. That's my prayer that he doesn't play too long. But yeah, the guy from Getafe, Moriba, that's the guy to watch, I think. And then there's another Keita too in their midfield and Diawara, and those are Napoli. The guy in Napoli, Diawara.
Yeah, the Jawara he used to play for. Is it the guy he used to play
He
for
plays for
AS Roma?
Anderlecht now. He used to play with Napoli. He even played in the Premier League
He
at
used to
some
play
point.
for. Is it the guy who used to play for AS Roma?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Should be an interesting game tomorrow. Anyways, I look forward to it. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for being on. Well, I really thank our audience. You guys stayed on with us. The comments, JC, your comments are pretty fun. Pretty fun.
Yeah, you can see from
So
JC's comment that he's not a fan of Rigobert's song
no, no.
because everything
And
No.
you mentioned, he
let's
says
just
is
hope.
down to song.
Yeah, and let's hope that the team delivers tomorrow, and when we come back on, we'll have a couple of smiles on our faces. But and so any parting words, guys? I think we've exhausted our hour with you
Yeah.
guys. True Lion, anything to take home?
Ah, no, not actually.
Okay, what about you, Ajab?
I'm looking forward to Cameroon Guinea. I know I said Guinea was going to finish ahead of Cameroon in that group, but like I always say, Cameroon is Cameroon.
Yeah.
Those guys, when they put on that green yellow JC and they sing the national anthem, woo, it's something else. So let's wait and see what Song and his guys have to give to us tomorrow.
All right, I think my Lions
I wish them the best. I wish them the
the
best.
Lions of the
Yeah.
continent are going to come through.
Yeah,
No
the
problem.
continent, they got
Let's go.
continent participating in the continental competition. So let's see how
Exactly.
it goes.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for staying on. I
Yeah,
appreciate it. Stay tuned for tomorrow's broadcast. We're gonna come in after the game and talk again, like we talked today. Talk through and share, get
yeah.
your friends
Share,
engaged in the
get your friends to
conversation.
be part of it.
Put
Yeah,
comments so that we can have some engagement here. Because some of the discussions we lead here are guided by what you say, and we really, really appreciate your participation. So thank you so much for being on. It's me, Nico, Ajab, and True Lion, the football trio. We are out. Bye for now, guys.
take care, guys. Bye.